Hi guys, Togger here with a new video, and this video is my add-ons video when it comes down to Project EPOCH. I have a lot of questions about my add-ons and often about Omnibar, often about the compact RAID frames, which is something that is great because first and foremost you cannot do that in Project EPOCH, so you will need the add-ons for that. But in general, I think the add-ons really makes it not too heavy, so you don't have too much things going on your screen. But also, I feel like it's very clean. Like I'm very minimalistic, where for me, I just need an omnibar. I just need the compact RAID frames, especially when I'm healing, and I just need again the arena frames. I'm going to do that once season is going to come out. Right now the season is not there, so I don't really need arena frames right now. So I'm going to show you the few items I have and how I do set it up. For me, I have Auctionator, so that's from 3.3.5. You can have it on the Fellbite website. There is also a link that I'm going to show in the description or in the comments, I don't know, where you can see all the add-ons and have a link on how to install them for Project EPOCH. I'm going to show you in the video as well. But yeah, I have Bagnon, which is like, I cannot live without like some sort of add-on in World of Warcraft where I have all the bags open at the same time on a small frame. For me, it's very important. I have Atlas Loot or Atlas. It is imported for Project EPOCH, but it is kind of buggy and it's not really up to date. Like it is up to date, but there's some things like if you haven't seen them or it's not up to date when it comes down on the GitHub, you will not see it here. Like there's a few things that you really can't see here. For example, I have this shield. So, and for PvP, when they do hotfixes or changes, I don't know how precise it is. Like, for example, this one, Spellcaster. Do I see the trinkets? I want to see the trinkets because that's like a super precise for me. It's written 27 stamina for level 45. I think that is up to date. So that's also 27. So they managed also to change it on Atlas Loot. I think right now is the model is correct. I don't know how accurate it is at all times, but I do have this Atlas Loot and I do use it daily, like to check like a few sets. For example, if I'm leveling a druid, I want to see, oh, okay, balanced druid, what do they get? They get like a 6 set where a cast of Wrath has a chance to reduce the cast time of your next Starfire, which is like super fun to do, I guess. Reducing the mana cost for Moonfire, which is also super interesting because you're going to spam Moonfire, for example. Or like reducing the cast time of Cyclone. Like those things are like interesting to see like directly. Obviously, I think that's super important. Like if you want to min max or you want to see what works for your class, what not, you want to prepare yourself towards that gear and work towards that gear, which is fun to do, in my opinion. And you can even see the weapons, and you can also like see like the weapons. Obviously, they don't seem like super strong compared to like PvE. I think you can easily find a better weapon in PvE that is maybe a bit more high damage. Well, here you see it's 2% crit for 15 stamina. It is alright. It's a good entry weapon, but I think if you do PvE or raids, you're going to get a better weapon. Disregarding the 2% damage taken, for example. So yeah, that's something you can see, like especially like the caster ones. Like the caster ones are really not that impressive. Let's say like this. For example, I use the spell blade or spell hammer, like this one, which is like 12 spell power and 1% hit. That's okay. It's not like crazy. And you do lose the 1% damage taken for some reason. I don't know if it's up to date or not. Here, for example, you have the reduced damage taken, but here you don't. Anyways, that's something you kind of see and you realize like in advance what weapons or what gear is interesting for you to build through that and towards that. So that's for Atlas Loot. What else do I have? I have Details, which works. I had Scat at first, but like Details is so much better. You can really like analyze the damage that you're doing. at all times, which is like the fun part in my opinion. So you can understand, okay, my lightning bolt does that much amount of damage, my chain lightning does this. What is more interesting to use my elemental mastery, for example, at level 50, which is now lightning bolt because I got like the latest rank of lightning bolt. But I think a level 60 chain lightning will do more damage until I have like specific amount of spell power that is going to overtake the coefficient of chain lightning. For example, I have Leatrix Plus. Now I have it set it up that I do not have automate quests because I do like to read my quests. But if you want to automate it, I think that's like a good thing to do. For sure, because then you would be faster, for example, for your escort quests, or just faster in like taking the quest from your like quest givers. So it's always going to be interesting as well. I have lose control. You probably have seen on my videos, like just check the video, like previous video for elemental shaman. When I get stunned, I have like an icon in the middle of my screen, and it shows me like what is happening. So I do get a stun, I do see the icon. If I do get silenced, I do see the icon, which is super important in PvP, especially in PvP, because then you don't need like to look at other places to know when the CC is going to be over. I like that. It's kind of the same as retail, to be fair. Like in retail, it's like already baked in, so I kind of needed something for classic. And I use it also on classic. Like I don't use it only on private server, like I use it at every version of the game. I use like lose control when it's not native, so it's very, very good. I have magnify warthog, so I can pretty much do this with my minimap. I can scroll instead. It's cool, I like it. Move anything, so that's the talent. That is the add-on I'm using to move anything. So basically, how does it work? Especially my frames. Some people ask me like, how do I move those frames, because it's unmovable. I cannot play when my frames are like up there. I need to have it a bit closer for like the action, so I can see at all times my HP. What you need to do is go to, I think, the player, and I think it's this one, the player one, or is it the target? You can do it, for example, the player, and you can move. So here is like the mover, and here is the hide. When you press move, you kind of move it wherever you want. And once you're done, you just like click it out. If you want to hide it, you can hide it if you want to. I would not recommend to hide your own frame. You could also like move the buffs if you want to, which are the buffs up, but you also can reset. I think that's a better thing to do. You can also consolidate the tooltip, player debuffs. You can also move everything. The totem timers you can also move. It's there. You can put it closer if you want to. That's something you can decide for yourself. And then when you're done, you do the same for the target. So you go for the target, you do the mover, and then you start moving. And then when you're done, you just press the mover again, so you cannot move it. So that's very good. Then obviously you have target of target, which is also important. Cannot click on my... I don't know why. I guess I bugged it. I need to reload. But like, I play with move anything. I wish it was like something that you could do with your own client. It is what it is. At the end, like, it's a private server. It doesn't have everything. But I think this is like super important, so you're able to like have a smoother UI experience. So I think that's quite important. Omnibar, again, you can choose a multitude of things. I've put it on the lower end. Position, you can like reset if you want to. You can move it if you want to. Create bar if you want to. Like if you want to have a second bar, you can do that as well. Which spells, profile, and whatnot. The visibility, which spells you want to be visible. For example, feral charge, very important. You could also say, look, I want to know maim. When is it up? Or kidney shot. If you want to know when kidney shot is up, you can also press that. Shadow step, super important. I'm going to add shadow step actually, because I think it's quite strong. For example, Shaman, I think Earth Shock is interesting. You could also go for Nature Swiftness if you want to, Elemental Mastery if you want to. For in arenas, it's super important to have these things, because you need to know when those spells are up. Like spell reflection, also super interesting, especially with spell reflection being 10 seconds. You can move to every single like spec or class and check whatever you want to track. For example, Paladin Avenging Wrath could be interesting to track. It's a 3-minute CD, but whatever. You could also track the Hammer of Justice, 45 seconds. Freedom as well. So those are things that you can check for yourself and see for yourself if it's important to know or not. Like for example, Psychic Scream, very important, especially for Tremor. Once Psychic Scream is up, they're moving in, you know it's for a fair, not really to just troll. So that's very important as well. What else do I have? Raid profiles. So this is the raid profiles I have. Now, you can copy it if you want to. And how does it look? Well, I would like to, using, for example, now we are in a raid, right? So not in a raid, we are in a party, and when I do raid, it's the same, right? We have the raid frames. So those are pretty much the things that you need to know if you want to be able to do your compact frames, pretty much. Like, and how is it called? It is called, I'm going to take the like full add-ons list I have. So pretty much I have all stats as well. So all stats is this one. It's not perfect. I don't really like it. For example, I have more than 1% hit, so it is bugged. I don't know why. So you need to unequip it and re-equip it, and you have 5% again. Don't know if it's a bug from the game or if it's because of all stats. That's something you need to see for yourself. But yeah, that's the add-on I'm using right now. I'm using, what else do I use that is not written? I use LFG, but never really got into a group because of LFG, not gonna lie. It's also probably because of the amount of tanks that are like missing. I use also the which one? It was like a compact raid frames, I think, is it called? I'm going to see. Yeah, so it's compact raid frame, it is called. So I'm going to show you really quickly my screen if I can. I think that's probably the play, so you can see directly. So as you see, I have compact raid frame, and that is the one that you need. And the website that you can use, so I'm going to show you the website. Project Epoch Wiki add-ons. So you can just type that on Google and you will find it. So this is the website. I'm going to show you really quickly. The website. All right. So this is the website, and you can scroll down and you can see all the add-ons that you can use. For example, all stats, compact raid frame. This is the one you want if you want to have the same raid frames. You can go decursive if you want to. Gatherer, you can also take it if you want to. And everything is written on how to install it for yourself. For example, lose control, very good. You can also go for new level frame, simple new level frame. You can also go Omni CC, so you can see the spells and abilities that are on cooldown. They are like, there's also quartz if you want to. Silver Dragon, why not? So you get also a pop-up when there's a rare. There's a multitude of things, for example, weak aura as well. You can also take that if you want to. Multitude of things. So I really like that. And yeah, I feel like if you want to have fun, you kind of need the mandatory add-ons. You can find it here. And for add-ons that I do not like have it, like on this list, you can go on fellbite.com and you go for Wrath of the Lich King on the expansion, and you are good to go. You can take any add-ons from here and it will work. So yeah, I recommend people to do that. If you want to have, like, for example, Gather Mate 2, you kind of need that. Nice damage, that's also fun to have, why not? Recount, Postal, Mapster, Grid 2, Pally Power. Those are the things that you can find on Fellbite, and you should go on Fellbite if you want to be able to find all the things that you want for your game. So that's pretty much the video. It's a 15-minute video. I think that's way longer than I wanted to do, but at least I have discussed everything I wanted to discuss. If anything, you can always shoot in the comments, but I've shown you every single add-on I'm using right now, so anything that you would ask besides that are add-ons that I'm not using or don't find useful to use. I find that my UI is pretty minimalistic and pretty good for the eyes. That's how I see, and I'm enjoying the fact that it is like this. So anyways, thank you for watching the video, really appreciate you. Have a great day. Bye.